I don't even know what I'm looking at. This is not even here. If I turn, this doesn't turn. Oh, it doesn't have that either. Oh, boys. The fuck? The game capture doesn't want to capture. The window doesn't want to work. I have to legit add the whole thing. Display capture. Crazy. This is the only thing I can do, and that's like the best I can do. Frankly. For now. Well, what I'm doing is I actually chose another profile, like I said, in here. Because I just crashed. So I said, fuck it. Just change scene, scrap everything, and see if we're gonna crash again or not. I suspect it has to do with the plugins on the other one. But I don't know what it could be. Also my voice, huh? A little too loud. I'll change that. There's no like technology correctly. I can try to like, let me show you my favorite. My favorite filter gonna be is just a limiter. Just straight up a limiter. Test. See how it just test. It limits, it like really tops. It doesn't boost my voice, but it stops the loud noises. The loudness. My absolute favorite. Let's just add that. Alright. Then I want to open that up wide. And we'll work like this for now. Alright, so let's come back. I was explaining what happened to the texture just now. What? That's annoying. Graphic. I think it looks good. So much texture, texture. We were just explaining the solar panel comes right to the light. When it gets night, when it gets dark, the solar panel goes from 20 to 19 to 18 to 15 to 16 to 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 6, 1. Okay. And when it does that, and what happens is that the first one has power, the next one has power, the next one has power, the next one has power, and the next one stops. And then as it lowers the output, they stop one at a time until the last one, which is the light. So by the light being the first one on the solar panel, even if it just has one power to give because it's night, it's going to give it to the light. And your light is going to stay on during the day. gonna stay on during the day, and that's good if you have plants and you want them to grow during the day, but maybe not at night. Is game working? Okay. Yeah, fair sound warning. I don't know where it's gonna go. Yeah, so I want my plants to grow during the day as much as possible. The light does not show outside of my house. What the fuck am I hearing? What? I don't know what to make of this. And so the light is going to be the last thing that drops. But it drops at like, you know, what looks like 7 p.m. in-game. So it's quite early. But if you put the light last on your system, it's going to be the first thing that drops when the solar is reducing. Which starts at like 4 p.m. in-game time. You know, it's not the right time for the light to stop and production to stop. Anyway, let the conveyor scientists continue. Then the pass-through will go to this machine, and this machine is one of the box machines. Its true goal is to fill the box. There's many of them that fill boxes. These we don't need running all the time. These can stop at night, not a problem. There are some things we don't want to stop at night. We'll come back to that. So we continue. So this can stop at night, who cares? Next one. Which one is this? This is the plant, so it's a box. It can stop at night, no problem. Next one. That's TC number 2. We're gonna have 2 conveyors for TC because there's a long list of items we like in TC. And we're also gonna have 2 conveyors for the lockers because there are a lot of interesting there too. There's 2 set up in the lockers. So this one I don't mind putting it where it stops at night. It's just for the tools, for some little finicky additional things. It's not the main TC box or main TC conveyors. This one we don't want to stop. Continuing. These are all boxes. Component box, unknown, floating box, boom box. Weapons and ammo box. Medical / food box. And then it goes to the splitter. So then there's choices that we want to make. Do we want it to go to the battery, to charge the battery, and then the battery goes to the splitter? Or do we want to split it first? Because the splitter only serves one purpose. It is to go to the crafter, which should be staying on, because it's for meds. It's good to have always meds, I guess. And it also goes for the garage. And at night, you don't want the lift to just stop working because you'll be stuck in the corner. And then it says go to the battery, which we just plugged in. It wasn't plugged like that. I think I did that today. Is that what we want? I'm gonna say no. Because, like I said, we want a few things to happen at night, including the crafter, the lift, etc. So no, it will not come from here. It must come from here. We'll charge the battery. Battery will then discharge into the different appliances. And why is it so loud? I'm gonna have my bet why it's so loud. System, sound. And then from here to the ones that matter. Wait, what? From here to what matters. This is important. This is the furnace conveyor. Let's turn it on. It'll pass through to the first locker, which we have to figure out. We then make another locker. Oh yeah, we can. Oh hell yeah, we can. You ever saw anything go on top like this? On the roof, baby. Sure thing we can. Not too visual though. But what broke? What broke? Did my lock broke? What? No, what just happened? Come on, baby. I love doors, dude. Fuck, it's good. Put them anywhere. So then it goes to the main TC. We'll branch it first to this one. Then pass through to main TC. We'll talk about... Could talk about the gear. So my automatic rifle. Not 5.56. America. Bandages. 3. Syringe. Medical. Syringe. Pumpkins. I do feel like it's a very good option. Bags. Sleeping bags. 2 of them, because he's disciplined. Okay. And possibly other things, but that's good for now. We will then input that. My god. So now the splitter here is not meant for 3 lockers. What's bringing you home here? What's bringing you here? Oh, it's coming out of that. Okay, and then you're coming out of one of these. So let's branch you out. So loud, man. The fuck? Hey. Alright, so now it's just a normal splitter. Absolutely normal. We'll give one here. We'll give one to you now. We'll take this first out one. Drop it here. And the second one. Hey. That way we can set up, we can even set most likely like each piece of clothes, frankly. And maybe like 3 or 5 utility. Like 7 piece of clothes, 5 utilities, that's 12. And it's 12 per conveyors. You can go SAR, ammo, pumpkin, hatchet, blah blah. And I leave one empty. Then the TC. Then where is this going? Where's this going? Where is this going? Oh, it's going over there. Interesting. Interesting. I thought this was going over there. Yeah, we'll make it. We will make it go over there. I swear I repaired the car. Yeah, it's going there. It's coming from the last first ones. Sure. So when there's light, it's all working. Like it's fine. When there's no light, it all stops from the starting with the light. When there's no sun, the light stops, and then all the box just all the way to here. Then the battery takes over, but it doesn't power the box. It only powers the shit that matters. Starting with through the splitter. Oh, I see. It's splitting now. It's splitting, and I can't have much more. Right. Right. Well, instead of giving me 12, do you want to give like say instead we make it go through this one first. One, two, three. That's kind of bad. That is kind of bad. I don't mind the battery being last. It's just that it needs to care for the things that matter most. I can see this being one locker, but not both. Then it has to power the TC. And then would it split? I don't think so. I don't think it has a choice. Crafter will get 3, whatever. Car lift 5. And possibly nothing else. Okay. This one is passing by, so we're gonna make it go to the combat locker. I don't think that needs to refill all the time. I do not. Conveyor. So currently what's coming into the battery is 8. What's coming out of the battery is 9. Do you see the 9 over the 15? That is a problem, and that's why the battery is depleting. 8's coming in, 9's coming out. That's no good. That is no good. Why would 9 come out, though? This only requires 1. How is there 9? That's my question. 1, 2, 3. 4. 5. 5. I wasn't aware of that, though. I wasn't aware that this thing needed 5 power. That's a surprise. Okay, that's a little more than I thought. So now we're at like 10, so I don't, you know, I can understand now. So the question is, do we want this on all night? Maybe, maybe not. The thing is, I had a switch though. Oh, let me try that. Let me try that. We have a switch here. We'll bring it. I think the switch is our savior here, man. Output right here. And then input. Brr, brr, brr. Come on. Come on now, come on. Fucking please. Man. So now that was plugged into the splitter. Let's plug it back. Come on. I ain't got all day here. Bam. Switch says 5, but I know better. Let's check the battery for a sec. 4 is being the active usage right now. So 4 is active usage, 8 coming in. Do you see what we did? See what we did? We've put a switch that's limiting the output of power. The switch is only costing 1. If I turn it on, it's going to be even more power than there used to be, but it's momentarily. I like that switch here for any appliance that you want to save a power on. Like literally any appliance that you want to save a power on. Anything that costs over 1. You can just put a switch. Okay, so now the capacity keeps going up because the active users is 4, which is only 4 machines. I'm sorry, 3 machines and a switch. I don't know if the splitter is taking anything anymore. And going in is 8, residual of 20. Because 12 other machines are on. 12 under conveyors. So now that at least is fixed. It will make sure that the battery keeps getting to full capacity. And that at night we have full capacity. And absolutely 0 issue with just 4 output at night to sustain the whole night in case we need to and for some very useful utilities. I want to take a look and see what's happening here. This seems to have been used about 100, you know. If you compare yesterday to today, this was full 3,700 per day. You know, it just looks like it took that. Now the reason is also because I haven't plugged the culprit. Now the culprit is plugged. The culprit. Which one are you? Which one is it? Look at it. Look at it go. What is it doing? Give me the stone. Give me the metal frag. Give me the stone. Only transfer if there is this amount of the item in the input container. Not the output. The input, where it's coming from. Yet, it is transferring. So why is it? That's my question today. Now, it stopped working when I pulled this one out. Naturally. Because they're just trying to push push here. Now the thing is that it's finding it somewhere. Let's cut it out here and see if that stops it. If it doesn't stop it, that would be like floored, because that's the input after all. This is a regular machine now, so I assume it's going to be taking from it. Yes. The goal of this machine is to see TC, but respect TC. Should it just look at TC? After all, its goal is to push stone and metal and shit. What happens if we ask this one to push stone and metal? Because this one is not looking at TC. So this one should kindly put metal and stone here from any box. All right. So it should be doing it here. That's not plugged in. It's not plugged in, you doofus. From any box, I said. Alright, it's doing that. And it's putting it here. Yes. And it's not taking it from here. Let me just make some nice stacks here. There we go. There we go, there we go. All right. So this machine can do it. Now, let's have this one plug to the TC. We want this one to just look at the TC. Maybe. Hey, whatever happened to that thing, huh? Oh, it's over here. Okay. Must it split first? I think I have to split the TC again. Wow. Let's do that. I'm a little annoyed with this TC business. There you go. Make some nice stacks just so we can count better. Probably gonna try to replenish it. Intriguing. Probably nighttime. Yep. This poor battery just can't do its work. The battery here is noticed, by the way, it's one of the first thing that stops. But it shouldn't be the first thing that stops replenishing. No. I think these other conveyors can stop before the battery. So the battery should probably be plugged earlier. I guess. I don't know. Or maybe in the splitter. Yeah. Sure. Hey, I can't anymore. This sound. So first the TC we split. We say, hey, who wants to look at just the TC? And we're like, well, maybe this folk right here. Maybe. Okay, we'll see if it can stop doing its shenanigans. Respect its own limits. And the next one is actually our complete system, right? Where we need a TC back into our system in order to make what Megatron would call a perfect system. But I mean by that a complete system. In this case, we have TC and all the other boxes. Right. And this is the splitter for all the other boxes. It's going to combine back with the TC into a complete system, which will then be split again. Of course, that is the beginning of the tree. But some places might want to look at the TC. And it seems to be respecting the rules. Interesting. It's like it's losing part of its information when it's looking at... What was it looking at? Just a regular system. Strange. Like when I plug it into the system, just any entry, regular entry. Then it's like it forgets. Very odd. It's like it doesn't think of accepting the limit, the minimum. Respect that there is 4,000 stone in the containers. Or else don't transfer. And it just like forgets that rule. It just transfers everything. No minimum. Why is that the case? Is it because there are too many splitters? Maybe. When daylight comes back in 10 minutes, I'll plug it a little more direct to the first splitter to see if Having too many splitters or combiners really make the conveyors lose part of the information of their rules. We'll wait till night for night to continue. I'm gonna take a 5 and we'll look at that. If you ever wonder what a conveyor scientist looks like, that's about it. We're really determining rules that, you know, scientists, they can't ask the developer what the rules are. Yeah, IRL. You know, you have to figure it out through experience, through combining different elements together and isolating an attribute. That's what we're doing here. As long as I don't forget what I want to do when I come back. So, good chit chat. I'm just gonna close. And then we're gonna figure out how to plug the battery so it keeps getting juice until the end of the day rather than like too early. Or if that's even necessary. It was pretty depleted when we went to the evening, so I don't blame it. There, I will at least close these. Stream has not crashed yet. GPU is still really high. Memory is still quite high. CPU CPU is okay, I think. I find it a bit high. Maybe it's doing things in the background. Be back in the day. I'm going to stop the recording here. Because these two are the same. Oops, this one and this one. So I suspect there might be a way to have it do this job that it's doing separately into one. Either by putting the splitter correctly attached to one of them, or I suspect possibly using a combiner instead of a splitter correctly over here. To make it work. I think splitter combiner can have similar properties. So if this is done correctly. So I'm gonna try to figure that out. But before I lose it all, we see that the TC is first being split into back into the main system, which is detached. And from the boxes themselves are split and then reattached to the TC into the main, as well as other inputs. Which would normally come here. But that does make it so that we have two machines. So I'll try to figure it out and I'll come back with an update. Okay? See ya.